Here we've got one of the high-level assessment vans from Total Ability. We've got these located throughout Australia, 5 in total. The reason we set these up is to enable people to go through that learning process. It now means that people can then get access to these vans in a localised area and work with a driving OT, driving instructor, to determine if driving is something they want to pursue. A list of the controls the vans all come with include satellite accelerator, trigger accelerator, the over-ring accelerator, the ergonomic radial, and then moving on to the high-level controls, we've got the freedom brake accelerator, mini wheel steering, the joystick control 4-way, the joystick control 2-way for brake accelerator, and also for steering.
As a driving instructor, it gives me the opportunity to teach people with high-level disabilities driving from their wheelchair. And for the client, it gives them many options to drive to see what best suits them. Also working with occupational therapists, it gives them the opportunity to do a full assessment to get the right outcome.
How did you become a driving instructor?
Way back in 1988, I got interested in it. It was pretty much, I just saw a little ad in the trading post back then. So I went and applied for it, got the training, and it was just working for a regular driving school. And then a couple of years later, we had a meeting, and there was a rehab centre in Hurstville actually that was interested in taking on an instructor for doing assessments in a brain injury unit, spinal injury unit as well. And yeah, I put my hand up and went for an interview, got all the training done, and it just grew from there. So the word got out that I was an instructor doing rehab stuff. So lots of occupational therapists around Sydney were contacting me, and yeah, just my business just grew from there.
That's gone to another level because obviously you're working with the Total Ability high-level vans.
Yeah.
So I can't remember when did that start?
I'd be easily probably 8 years ago now.
Okay.
So.
And in the early days when we only had one van on the road, Total Ability only had the one van, and you had a fair bit of access to that because of being based here in Sydney.
Yeah.
Obviously you'd have it for a 4 or 6 week block period.
Yeah.
So you'd end up cramming lessons.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't see the van for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So it was quite challenging, wasn't it?
A little bit hard to manage, yeah.
Now we've got a van allocated for WA, a van for Queensland, for Victoria. One alternates between Tasmania and South Australia, and then obviously the van that you're driving here in Sydney.
Now I've got access to the van pretty much all year through.
That makes it quite beneficial to create some form of consistency with lessons.
Yeah.
So that obviously the level of improvement is more fluid.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You need that consistency because when there's it's like a lesson here and there, and you might have a couple of months break, and then you got another couple of lessons. It's like they're always starting over again.
Yeah.
But with that consistency, you see the improvement really quick.
The OTs will generally contact the driving instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So most OTs, as an example here in Sydney, they'll contact you directly.
Yeah.
Because they know that you've got access to the van.
Yeah.
And they can make those bookings direct with you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. They contact me, ask me when I'm available, and yeah, we just book it in, and then on the day I see the OT. They give me a rundown on the client, and then we take them out in the vehicle for that first assessment. And then we pretty much go from there as far as lessons go. 10-15 years ago, we probably couldn't get them driving because we just didn't have the technology for them to drive, especially say quadriplegics. They just didn't have the strength or range to be able to turn a regular steering wheel. That was always an issue, but now we've got these vans set up where they can drive it with a little mini wheel, electronic mini wheel or a joystick, and that solves all that problem. So yeah, it's fantastic what they can do now.
With the Total Ability vans, we've got various access solutions. One of our vans at the moment is rear entry, and then the other vans are side entry. Once you come into the vehicle, we've got the vehicles fitted with heavy-duty restraints on the rear and front so that we can secure the power wheelchairs. This particular van's also set up with a dial docking station. That's how an end client would be set up in their power wheelchair. We've also got a seatbelt stalk, dual instructor controls, push button start, electronic handbrake. We've set the control arms up for high level so that they can be quickly and easily interchanged and adjusted. So as an example, I can take this controller out simply by raising it. I can raise it from here and I can take it off like so. And vice versa, put another controller on, another control arm. It's very quick and easy to make those adjustments, and the driving instructors have been trained so that they have the capabilities to do this. The process of driving with high-level mods from a van like this can take 12 to 24 months. It is a drawn-out process, but the results are very worthwhile in order to get that independence back and that love to drive. We've got 2 guides to assist in understanding that journey, the complete guide to driving with a disability, and we've also got the NDIS guide. Both these documents break down step by step the processes for being assessed, both the off-road, on-road, timeframes required for the vehicle modifications, and the NDIS guide is also very valuable because it helps break down what's required in order to be successful with NDIS funding. To access one of the vans, contact Total Ability. We can provide you contact details then for a driving instructor and a driving OT so that assessment can be organised in a localised region for you.